Steve Jobs was not just a businessman. He was a visionary, a man who believed that technology could be beautiful, intuitive, and personal. But behind the polished image and legendary keynote speeches was a story of struggle, failure, creativity, and an unbreakable belief in his ideas. Steve Jobs was born on February 24, 1955, in San Francisco, and adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. From the beginning, he was curious, stubborn, and endlessly fascinated by how things worked. As a teenager, he spent hours taking apart electronics in the family garage, not to fix them, but to understand them. In high school, he met Steve Wozniak, a brilliant engineer who would become his closest partner in the early years. Together, they shared a love for experimentation, mischief, and pushing boundaries. In 1976, inside a small garage, they created the first Apple computer. There was no funding, no team, and no real plan. Just two young men with a vision that computers should be simple enough for anyone to use. This idea would change the world. By his 20s, Steve Jobs became a millionaire. By his 30s, he was a global icon. And at the same time, his own company fired him. Apple's board pushed him out after disagreements over product direction. Most people would give up. But Jobs didn't. Getting fired from Apple, he later said, was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. He started a new company called Next, and bought a small animation studio, Pixar. Pixar would go on to create Toy Story, the world's first full-length computer-animated film, launching a new era in cinema. Meanwhile, back at Apple, things were falling apart. The company needed help, and the only person who could save it was the man they once pushed out. In 1997, Apple bought Next, bringing Steve Jobs back to the company he founded. When Jobs returned, he didn't just fix Apple. He rebuilt it from the ground up. He introduced the iMac, colorful, simple, friendly. Then came the iPod, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Then the iPhone, a device that would change how billions of people communicate, work, and live every day. And finally, the iPad, a touchscreen computer that felt like it came from the future. Steve Jobs had no engineering degree. He wasn't a programmer. He didn't design the circuits or write the code. But he had something far more powerful. A unique ability to see what people wanted before they knew it themselves. He believed that technology was not about the hardware, but about the experience. How it feels. How it inspires. How it fits into everyday life. His perfectionism was legendary. He could spend hours arguing about the shade of a color, the curve of a corner, or the sound of a click. To him, every detail mattered. But Jobs was also human, intense, emotional, sometimes difficult, often demanding. He pushed people harder than they thought possible. And in return, he achieved the impossible. In 2011, after a long battle with cancer, Steve Jobs passed away at the age of 56. But his legacy continues to shape the world we live in. Every smartphone. Every touchscreen. Every clean, minimalist user interface. Every belief that technology should be simple, beautiful, and human-centered. All of it carries the fingerprints of Steve Jobs. He once said, "People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world, are the ones who do." And Steve Jobs did.